Hi, this is Paul Haar from the Saxophonist.org, and I'm here with a play test and review of the new Axos alto saxophone from Selmer. The Selmer Axos has been getting a lot of false reporting recently, and my hope is that we can kind of change some of that. This is not like the La Voix saxophone that Selmer introduced a number of years ago. That was a Taiwanese-made instrument. This is a French-made instrument. Everything about this horn, when you play it, says Selmer. It has that characteristic Selmer feel. I've been told that it's somewhere between the Series 2 and the Series 3 as far as response and sound. And I agree. It has a quicker, lighter feel than the Series 2, but it has that openness and immediacy of response. It is not quite as dark or spread as the Series 3. It is a nice, accurate description that it's somewhere between the two. This is from a new company that Selmer has called the Sellis Company, which is designed to present instruments at various budget points. This is a saxophone that's designed to give the qualities of the Selmer that people have come to know, trust, and respect, but at a more affordable price point. I believe the sticker on the one that I'm being lent from Schmidt Music in Omaha is right around $3,600. So as you can tell, the idea of a Selmer professional saxophone at a $3,600 price point and it not being used, that's something different. Okay, so what have I thought about it? There's a lot about this instrument that I like. I'm actually really surprised at how well it plays. The key work, which I believe is, as in my notes here, is established through an outside manufacturing partnership. To my understanding, the body and the assembly of the instrument is done in France, and the key work is outsourced to somewhere overseas. Well, through deduction of reasoning, we're pretty sure with labor problems in the EU right now, that outsourcing is probably going somewhere, China, Taiwan, somewhere like that. And that's not a big deal. You know, if this was 20 years ago, it would be a big deal because Taiwanese horns were not great instruments back then, and the manufacturing processes were not that great. But now, surely this is an answer to the growing Taiwanese and Chinese instrument market. This instrument feels great. I really appreciate how the E flat to C motion is. You can see here that the keys are a little bit flatter. The table keys over here, the B, the C sharp, and the B flat. Movement is very easy. I would like this key here is a bit too flat for me. I'd like to have it angled up a little bit. But the way this horn is set up, you can hear, has a great pop to it. The sound and the tone is immediate, has a good, quick response, articulation. Pitch is good. I don't want to say that pitch is bad. I do think in looking at some of the key heights, this particular instrument could be adjusted a little differently. I will tell you that I think of one of the areas that maybe this immediacy of response happens with the bore or the taper of the neck. And I don't think it's a pitch issue. I think it's maybe more of an issue of it not being as, the bore not being, it being maybe more open. Therefore, I have to make more adjustments. You may have even heard some little pitch issues as I was playing some of the musical examples. I will tell you that it is a beautiful horn. None of the keys, anything about the instrument feels substandard. This feels like a quality instrument. Few things that are positives that I want to point out. First one is we'll see adjustment screws here on the side C and the side B flat. I thought that was really neat. I haven't seen this type of adjustment where you're not having to deal with corks at the key point, but rather adjustable side keys. I think that's neat. The palm keys fit my hand pretty well, but don't jut out like some newer Yamahas I've played where the keys really stick out. I felt it fit my hand. There is kind of a teardrop F that I think I would have liked. It looks like it's possible to have it adjusted by a qualified technician. The movement is fairly good. You will see little touches that just kind of remind you that maybe this isn't quite a full Selmer. For example, as you can see here, this has got a band on one side, but this is a one-piece construction, which I really can't tell if it's just soldered in or if this bell and bow section is all one piece. It's difficult to tell. I've got a feeler out to Con Selmer to ask about that. You'll notice little things. This is the patented bell brace ring, but it just looks a little different. Little guards, they don't have any Selmer logos or things like that. One part that I did find, there are some oddities. They're not bad factors, but they're just oddities. One, the thumb octave mechanism here. Here, we'll try to get a close-up shot. There, the thumb octave mechanism is just different. It's a smaller octave footprint, but one that works, and it's solid. As you can see right here where I'm pointing, it has a good, I like having a support behind the octave mechanism. So you could adjust that and just to give some stability into the body. It's a full rib construction, has adjustment screws in a number of places. One thing that I did think was a little odd was it doesn't have the traditional lyre holder up here. Now, I don't know if that has to do with making it an easier construction point. There's less soldering, there's less involvement. First of all, who's going to take this instrument on the marching field? You better not. It's on the side, but if you're using those heavy mass screws or ergonomic screws from Meridian, can't do it. Okay, there are some weird things that happen. One, the engraving, here we'll get a tight shot of that here. The engraving is well done. I'm imagining that it's so precise that it is machine engraved. I'm kind of sad to see the hand engraving go. But here's an odd point. There's just a little bit of engraving right here, and then more engraving underneath the chromatic F sharp, the high F sharp, and the side keys. What a strange place to put engraving. Why? I don't know. Another thing, it's not a big deal, but seriously guys, you're gonna lose a lot of money on this. If you look at the patented Selmer S, it doesn't have any color. It doesn't have that blue. Again, I'm sure you probably have to pay somebody to sit there and blue them and wipe them off and let them dry. But you know what? When I was a kid and I saw my first Selmer, that little moniker right there, that monogram with that blue, it did something to me. So not seeing it kind of made it feel a little bit lesser. It's just a visual thing. Overall, the instrument plays very well from top to bottom. The response in the altissimo register is actually quite impressive. Ergonomically, there's nothing I dislike about it. I would need a little bit more time to make sure that I was able to find my voicings and pitch centers. I felt that I was having some issues, which you might be able to hear in the Bach example, around middle B, C, C sharp. Again, that could be an issue with key height. But overall, this is, for $3,600, this is an excellent option for the saxophonist who wants a quality professional instrument but really can't afford $7,000 to $9,000. So you should check out the Selmer Axos. There's some really good things about it. Overall, I think it's a quality instrument. You're not too far away from being able to afford something like a Yanagasawa, but if you want that classic Selmer feel and sound, and this is an excellent option, especially for somebody like a student who's going from a student model horn to something more professional. You should check it out. To read the full written review of the Selmer Axos, as well as other product reviews, interviews, and special features, be sure to tune in to www.thesaxophonist.org.